If you want that much-needed break, you probably opt for a holiday by the sea or then a hill station surrounded by nature. If nature has been proven to have positive effects in our life, then why not bring its influences inside our homes? On this episode of Lux Interiors, we show you how.
A home on the waterfront. Dress your home head to toe in these wall floor combinations we've created for you. Furniture, dinnerware, garden accessories and lighting. Nature is the running theme.
If you're surrounded by beautiful untouched vistas, then it would be a shame to not include it in your living space. This home in Bengaluru has done just that with its landscaping and construction style. Let's see how.
They've been in the business of building spaces for 20 years, but the architects at GNA have one pet project. This home on the outskirts of Bengaluru, built facing a lake, is a collaborative effort between founding architects Gayatri Shetty and Namit Verma and senior architects Gauri Rao and Sudhir PS. Their design philosophy is to help the client realize his dream while mixing modernism with an innate Indianness and of course blurring the boundaries between living space and nature.
The landscape here is so powerful that one had to stay simple, focus being more on the outdoor.
A sense of great expanse has been created here with the two water bodies, the water cover and the swimming pool that have been constructed in infinity style. To the eye, the pools seem to merge with the lake beyond. The coconut trees bang in the middle of the waterfront fit in seamlessly with the rest of the southern Indian scenery that surrounds the home. The interiors of the home have the same calming effect as the outside. This has been achieved by playing with textures.
The walls come in as contrast, where we have an exposed cement in most of the areas and highlighted by butchwork in slate, which is a contrasting color that is in black. Parallel walls are in slate, whereas the rest of the areas are exposed concrete. This brings a soothing effect to the eye.
When we did a deep study of the family, it was a family set in a very modern lifestyle, but with strong Indian values and culture. A courtyard is the central focus of an Indian traditional home. So we kind of gave a water court and had all the elements come in, as in the light, the water, the wind, the vistas.
This texture play has led to a particularly interesting result with the staircase that leads to the upper level of the home.
It is made of one monolithic stone which has been carved out by this interesting craftsman. There's a contrast between the stone and the wood. The skylight enhances the whole contrast between the texture of stone and wood.
The mixing of traditional and modern elements in one space extends to the puja room on the first level. The focal point of this room is the Kerala wall mural. The podium on which pictures and idols of deities are kept is a partly polished, partly kept rough granite stone. One of the most interesting rooms of this home is the son's bedroom. Mottled yellow-brown IPS flooring and the skylights immediately welcome natural light into the space. The most stunning feature of this room is the prominent glass box that functions as a seating area.
Just to get an additional depth into the room and also to capture this fabulous view, we projected this glass box out, and where you get almost a 270-degree view of the water beyond.
So when designing a villa that is inspired by nature, what you could take away from this space is: use earthy colors and natural elements for your flooring and ceiling.
The blinds and the curtains have been kept minimal, basically to highlight really what's beyond, which is the landscaping and the green.
Floor-to-ceiling doors, windows and skylights will bring nature and light into the space. The sound of water is soothing, and this can be brought within the home through water bodies. Depending on what your space will allow for, any of these features will throw open your home to nature.
Hope this project sparked off loads of ideas for your homes. The key is to mix and match the right textures, materials, and then complement them with colors. Here is our guide to surface combination for homes inspired by nature.
Shades of brown, yellow, grey and green. When you're talking nature, these are the basic colors you are looking at.
If you're in the city, I think you should work with the nature-inspired colors, which are very calming.
I would also recommend a lot of earth tones because there's just something really soothing and calming about them.
I think for a naturally inspired home, instead of using all these expensive marbles, we can go in for earthen stones this time, which adds a lot of natural look again to a home.
We are going to make things really simple for you and create wall-to-floor combinations for you to choose from. Let's start with the neutral grey. Your flooring choices in this case can range from IPS or concrete in grey to Kota stone. While Kota is relatively low maintenance but with an old world charm, the raw industrial look of IPS or Indian patented stone is what has caught the current times by storm. An interesting wall paint to match this floor is this patina green texture paint. However, if you want to go with an industrial feel, concrete grey texture paint is your best bet. Our second color is yellow. Yellow Jaisalmer is your option. While Jaisalmer stones are softer than marble and hence higher maintenance, with the wall combinations we propose, this will give your home a happy, positive vibe. Off-white texture paints for a less intense, airy look, or go for earthy with shades of terracotta and rust. A wallpaper that mimics wood like this one is a good option too. Our third combination is brown and red. Who doesn't love wood and terracotta? Get in touch with your inner hermit with these choices of wooden flooring. Terracotta tiles will immediately take you back to a rustic way of life. Wood and white has been a popular combination and with great reason. Use off-white texture paints on your wall and create a canvas that is all set for accessorizing.
As long as there's a lot of greenery around and you have a kind of a rustic theme, that's what you mean by nature-inspired.
With the base ready, let's prep you up for nature-inspired accent walls. Precious stones are not just for your jewelry. Make your home feel special with our range of options. Agates, mother of pearl, quartzes, carnelian and labradorite. Throw a light behind it and use it on your walls, or use it as a wash basin countertop, or simply as accent steps. These are value for money and can weather the functions we've mentioned. River stones with their patterns formed from sedimentation are as close to nature as you can get, but they can be overwhelming on large expanses of walls. In small doses, these are a natural beauty. Wood is warm and rustic, and this option with a stone wash look will add the right grunge to your otherwise calm interiors. Here is a way to break away from wood and stone: wallpapers. You could use options that mimic nature, or you could go with prints that are floral or foliage inspired. With any of these options, you will have a home that makes you feel more connected with nature.
The canvas for your home is now ready, but without the right furniture, accessories and knickknacks, it may look a tad impersonal. Here's what we've spotted for you.
You can't go too wrong with pots and plants and flowers in your home, but if you are tired of seeing the obvious, check out these unconventional adaptations of nature-inspired showstoppers. This celestial flower-shaped cocktail table made of brass has a gold polish and a nickel silver finish and is available in royal colors that will make selecting just one really difficult. So which corner of your home will boast of this stylish piece from Via Homes? Taking the concept of flowers further, this pot from Esaji's is floral but of the 3D kind. The perfect mantelpiece, its pure white delicate shells intricately bound together to resemble a bouquet, will definitely make it the showstopper of the evening. You could also go Victorian with this French cabinet with its heavy gold leaf work and delicate floral hand paintings on the shutters. With its soft feminine florals, this will give your room a vintage look. While the flame of the forest flowers draws attention in nature, its imitation or the palasha can make heads turn in your home. This lamp is made of brass and is available in matte gold, verdigris and antique finish and will make for a stunning pendant lamp in a corner of your room, or put multiple lamps in a cluster as a centerpiece. What do you do with a dead tree? The answer is not always obvious. Apartment 9 has painted this one off-white and treated it in order to prevent it from rotting. The result? A beautiful art piece which can look serene in absolutely any spot of your home. Take your love for nature a step further and go green with these bowls, coasters and magazine holder. Bright, colourful and happy, they are made of recycled newspaper and are perfect for those who enjoy a little quirk. Here is another set of elegant side tables we recommend. A leaf-shaped inlay of mother of pearl, these tables from Chesterfield will add elegance to a living room painted in shades of grey. Our shortlist of tables is incomplete without this burl wood coffee table from the Great Eastern Home. Burl wood actually means an abnormal growth on wood that you see in this blister-like edge, but that is precisely what makes this table unique and quite the catch. Wrought iron leaves and threads of dried hay decorate this light fixture. Perfect as the overhead lamp at your dining table, this nature-inspired lamp is custom-made by Rare Thought. And finally, the easiest way to bring the colors of nature into your room is to throw these Kashmiri embroidered cushions in floral designs in any place you like. These will liven up your home instantly.
We all want that perfect garden where we can let our hair down and de-stress. After the break, some ideas for you. Keeping a garden green, making it bloom, look beautiful is not an easy job, but we can all do with some expert advice. Interior designer and architect Aarti Sondhi has these exciting ideas for you, so simple that they will prove to be a boon for you.
Aarti Sondhi's design journey has seen her create homes from Johannesburg to London and now in Delhi. Through all her works, her aesthetic remains understated and chic, the use of natural materials, and only doing as much as is required to style a space. In the garden of this colonial-styled home, Aarti shows you how to style a garden elegantly.
So going with my own design philosophy, I've used natural materials here. For example, everything is real wood and cane, and this is the way that people would have done their homes 100 years ago in any case. I picked up this old table from a market nearby, and we sort of distressed it and made it look like part of this seating area. And that is my design tip, that you don't always have to buy the new furniture which is flooding the market from China. It's artificial cane and it's very modern. You can add another layer to your design by just picking up an old piece, and it just adds that much more character to your space.
The poolside has an alfresco dining table. The quickest way to style a dining table is to use a vibrant tablecloth which will immediately add glamour and color to the space. Aarti has used in this case an African wall piece as the table covering and used the same element for the cushions. Since the house is a colonial style one, Aarti extends the inspiration to the poolside chairs she's designed. These remind one of old plantation chairs. The dark wood of the chairs are contrasted with cushions with bright patterns on them for effect. If you want to get creative with artifacts for your garden space, Aarti has an idea.
Talking about designing pieces for a particular environment, for this particular house, what I did was I took some old moldings and I've mounted them on a piece of board, and we've just distressed it, and it becomes like a display or some kind of artwork, so to speak.
The gazebo in the garden forms the last feature of the space. Using the same theme of ikat fabric contrasted with florals as in the garden area, Aarti creates an integrated look for the entire garden.
At the moment, what I've done is make it a fairly feminine and even romantic kind of a place, with all the fairy lights and all the colors that I've used in the exterior being pulled in over here. I've used linen blinds to give some element of privacy, and then I've kept a center table there which can have your wine bottle, your glasses, and of course a beautiful centerpiece of flowers, because flowers always add that element of beauty to any room.
A beautiful garden becomes your go-to space after a long, hard day. And like this garden, you could build a space that uses creativity and all the products you have in the market. We've sourced a few ideas for you. Pots that light up. Who needs mood lighting when you have pots that can be illuminated? 100% recyclable, these planters from Sereno are made of polyethylene and have non-fading colors. They also come in varied sizes, so whether you have a large garden or a small one, you will have a size that fits. Colorful ceramic pots are perfect for areas where the plant and pot are going to share equal limelight. A great accessory for indoor plants too. These pots will give your garden, whether in a villa or the balcony of an apartment, a lovely splash of color. If these ceramic pots are too small to register in your garden, you can opt for larger colorful pots. Made of RFP or fiber reinforced plastic and painted bright, these are perfect for those who enjoy color blocking. A game of chess and you are the player? That is how these giant chess figurines will make you feel, and they will definitely add style to your garden. You will see wall planters in a new light after these skeleton-inspired ones from Reculture. The brand's aim is to change the language of everyday objects, and we bet you'd agree that these do so very successfully. What is a garden without garden chairs and tables? The beautiful lounging swing, the pure white pool chairs, and some casual seating can make for an ideal outdoor space. The polyfiber used in the making of these chairs and the water-resistant fabric for cushion linings and covers makes this a must-have for your garden. Bring in the serenity of Lord Buddha with this sculpture crafted by artist Anita Patial Agarwal. A modernistic rendition of the Buddha, this one is made of resin. With its bright, eye-catching yellow, this will give your garden a touch of today.
When we come back after the break, some great dinnerware options for you inspired by nature, and a viewer gets makeover advice for his living space. When you're hosting a dinner, there's nothing more impressive than a well laid out table. And I'm not just talking about the food. Here are some exciting and pretty options for dinnerware and cutlery, all inspired by nature.
Half-eaten fruits, sedimentation and fossilization, and precious stones. Imagine a melange of all these elements on your dining table. Let's start off with the fruits. This is what Design Temple's latest collection is all about.
Forbidden fruit is a celebration of the Garden of Eden, but in an Indian context. So how Eve was told not to bite on the apple. In the Indian and in the Eastern context, we are encouraged to partake of all fruits freely. So that's what forbidden fruit attempts to do. It's a range of aphrodisiacs, mango, banana, betel nut, and figs that have been bitten.
With these stunning plates, you will find yourself sinning guilt-free. This dinnerware collection that draws inspiration from the kitchens of the world is based on the Asian belief of balance and optimism. Handcrafted in India and made of glazed terracotta, this is as earthy can get. Giving a typical style of blue pottery and artistic twist are these plates from contemporary arts and crafts. These are the perfect splash of color if everything else on your table is in subdued shades. Who doesn't want to pull out their best wares to serve their guests? This antique glass tray with pewter handles from Great Eastern Home will definitely leave them wondering about the origins of this piece. Keep them guessing. The passage of time and nature, that is designer Kriti Chaudhary's constant source of inspiration. Specializing in ceramic objects, these clay pots from her latest collection are an unusual container for the delights you've prepared for your guests. Let's turn our attention to spoons, knives and forks that are feeling a little left out.
Filigree home accessories uses a lot of natural raw material like ivory, mother of pearl, turquoise, and we try to incorporate that on our home accessories, which makes it look very natural and elegant.
Bejeweled is the way to go with these cutlery options from Filigree.
Every week, we want you to come a step closer towards realizing your dream home. For that, all you need to do is send us a note and a photograph of the space you want to give a makeover to. Our email ID is luxinteriors@ndtvgoodtimes.com. Vivek Diwan from Pune sends us this note. He says, I live in Pune and I work in the IT industry. This is a rented apartment that I live in and it's rather small. I bought makeshift furniture when I moved here, but it's not my style. I want my space to look more spacious and relaxed. I love video games, so it would be great if you can suggest where I can put my console. There are 3 colors I simply don't like: orange, pink and yellow. I'm open to any suggestions you have. Thanks.
Hi Vivek. I think you can do a lot with your space. First, I would remove all those pelmets and curtains over your door and your window. What we would also do is to kind of clear out some of the furniture, give one wall space for your console, and use lighter furniture in a C shape so that it faces the console on one long wall. I think the colors that you can use are green and blue. It will freshen up the space and give a nice new look to the whole space. The tube light you can do away with, probably put a nice large painting there and have a spotlight. Go for a smart rug, maybe a black and white one, which will highlight your upholstery. Also, the walls could be absolutely white. I think accessories are also key. You could get a nice table lamp which focuses light from one corner of the room. And if you just throw some nice books on the center table, you have a space that's very smart looking and very young.
Vivek, hopefully this information proved quite useful to you. This show was packed with ideas inspired by nature and we would love your feedback. So do write to us. Our email ID is luxinteriors@ndtvgoodtimes.com. Until next week, goodbye.